we're going to look at the Unit 7 assessment that you took last week. Number 1, the coordinate grid shows parallelogram PQRS. Parallelogram PQRS is rotated 90 degrees clockwise about the origin to create parallelogram P prime Q prime R prime S prime. Which rule describes this transformation? So the rules are in your Go Math book on page 353. You could also Google them if you wanted to see the rotation rules. And what this is saying is, so it's going to go 90 degrees. Your XY, 90 degrees clockwise, becomes Y comma negative X. So if this would have been 1, 3, my Y value becomes my X value. So I've been 3, and then my X is negative 1. So that's what that looks like, worked out, but that's the rule right there. Number 2, triangle ABC was transformed to create triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. Which rule best describes this transformation? So looking here, and I just picked point A when I was doing this, and then I counted to see where my A prime was, and we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down. So my Y value, we're going to subtract 7, and F gives me that. My XY becomes same X value, Y subtract 7. So F is the correct answer. Number 3, pentagon ABCDE is rotated 180 degrees clockwise about the origin to form pentagon A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, E prime. Which statement is true? So when we are rotating, size and shape are not going to change. So you got to know that when I rotate my figure here, whatever my image is, it doesn't change its shape. It's just changing where it's oriented on the coordinate grid. So the true statement is pentagon ABCDE is congruent, so same shape and same size, to pentagon A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, E prime. And I wrote on there why the other ones are not true. Number 4, figure S, the small arrow, was dilated with the origin as the center of dilation to create figure T, the large arrow. So here was my original figure, and I picked this point right here, which was over 3 up and down 1, so 3, negative 1. And then I found that same point on my larger figure, figure T, and that is 6, negative 2. So my scale factor, this went up by times 2. So my scale factor is 2. And then H gives me that scale factor of 2. This one had a scale factor of 4. And then G and J, these scale factors are less than 1, so the figure would have gotten smaller with those ones. So H is the correct answer. Number 5, circle 1 was dilated with the origin as the center of dilation to create circle 2. Which rule best describes the dilation applied to circle 1 to create circle 2? So my original circle is here, and it gets much larger, right? So I just took a point, and you can do that. But the first thing I did was I looked at my answers. This is a shift. This is a shift. This is getting larger. 3/8 is less than 1. It's getting smaller. So B was the only one that could be the right answer. So I didn't even need to make any calculations to determine that scale factor. B was the correct answer. Number 6, quadrilateral FGHJ was dilated with the origin as the center of dilation to create quadrilateral F prime, G prime, H prime, J prime. Oh, and there's missing a prime there. Which rule best describes the dilation that was applied to quadrilateral FGHJ to create quadrilateral F prime, G prime, H prime, J prime? All right, so again, my original is the smaller one, and it gets larger. So this is a shift, and so is that. Those are both shifts. This one is greater than 1, it gets larger. 5/7 is smaller. I don't even need to do the math to figure out that scale factor. As long as you understand my dilation becoming larger is going to be greater than 1, you would have been able to answer that question. Number 7, pentagon MNPQR is shown on the coordinate grid. Pentagon MNPQR is dilated with the origin as the center of dilation. Using my rule, XY becomes 1/3 X and 1/3 Y. To create pentagon M prime, N prime, P prime, Q prime, R prime. So it's going to get smaller because that's less than 1. These two say larger, so those can be correct. And D is wrong because it says the scale factor is greater than 1, but getting smaller. That's not true. C, the correct answer, pentagon M prime, N prime, P prime, Q prime, R prime is smaller than pentagon MNPQR because the scale factor is less than 1. That is the correct answer. Number 8. Figures A, B, C, D, E is similar to figure D, W, X, Y, Z. Which proportion must be true? So I'm going to go over the correct one and why. So I have AB and VW. Notice that these are corresponding sides. And then I have CD over XY, again, corresponding sides. So this one here is the correct answer. Number 9. A transformation is applied to a figure to create a new figure. Which transformation does not preserve congruence? So reflections, translations, and rotations, all 3 of these are going to preserve congruence. Dilations are not, unless it was dilated to a scale factor of 1, which is the same figure, so it wouldn't do that. Anytime it's between 0 and 1 or greater than 1, it's going to change its size, and that is going to not preserve congruence. Number 10. A preschool has a rectangular field and a rectangular playground that are similar in shape. Each dimension of the field is 3.2 times the corresponding dimension of the court. Which statement is true? So here we're talking about area, and here we're talking about perimeter. So these aren't correct because the perimeter of the field would be 3.2 times the perimeter of the playground. Now looking at the area, remember we're talking about area, we've got to square that scale factor. So I did that here. 3.2 squared is 10.24. And so the area of the playfield is 10.2 times the area of the playground. That F is the correct answer. I hope you did good on the test. I will not, so right now, Edpuzzle is not allowing me to input any questions in here, as you can see. There's probably going to be some sort of reflection I'll have you all do. I'll have to think about that because I would like to know how you thought you did and what you're not understanding. If you have any questions, you can send me an email, come to a meeting. I know my meetings have been infrequent with all these benchmarks going on. I will not have one today or tomorrow. So please send me an email if you need any help or have any questions. Have a great day.